Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for another derivative podcast in the world of Destiny 2. A lot of things to talk about, but I'm not going to be doing much of it because I've been gone for a week. I haven't played Destiny 2 at all in the past, 7 days. I have no idea what's going on, other than, maybe a 5-minute scrub of the TWAB, and it's a pretty meaty TWAB this week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The beefiest.
Yeah. It is a
Chicken.
stew, my dude.
Girthy.
Okay.
The Big Bertha of TWABs this week, right?
Big Bertha?
The
That was my
Big Bertha.
nickname in high school.
I
I
feel
don't know
like
what you're talking about.
I feel like it's story time, but we're not actually going to get a story here, and that's just going to make me angry. I'm just going to get mad because we're not actually going to get a story.
Joke's on you. You cannot out anger me today.
Just jebaited, straight jebaited. Well, welcome back. We've got our roundtable of hosts here. Got Danfinity.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Good job on the show last week. So I hear.
I did my best.
Excellent work. I love that there's a behind the scenes panic every time I'm not available.
It's because
Oh my
nobody
God.
knows how to do the OBS thing.
It is
I'll
a
figure it out.
weird program. It's a weird program, and it's finagling. Moonvault, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm alive. Unfortunately.
That's all you can ask for sometimes. That's good news.
Big Bertha's alive and kicking. That's right. You did it to
Damn,
yourself.
Skippy.
Did it to yourself, and I am good. That's never gonna stop now. It's
Oh,
never gonna
you
stop.
think I regret it?
Oh, I hope you don't, because Bertha was my homie back in high school. Dude, you about to get the fullness of this camaraderie right here.
Ooh.
And speaking of camaraderie, that's a $5 word right there. You guys owe me. We have got Mr. Nojja back once again. The co-host seat. How you doing, man?
I am back and doing well.
Now, it's great to have you here. It's great to hear back from you. You realize why I linked you to the word camaraderie, right?
Yes?
That was
Question
very
mark?
unsure.
100%.
Question?
I know everything, just not all at the same time. I got you, man. I got you.
Yes, I understand perfectly. You were telling us a story before we went live about your experiences in Iron Banner, rolling as a 6-stack. Is camaraderie enough to overcome matchmaking?
Ultimately, yes. Ultimately, at the end of the day. I personally feel that your teamwork and ability to communicate effectively is a big one. More so than people think.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when it comes to Crucible environment in Destiny 2. Now, I mean, I don't have much to draw from this week because I've been gone on a business trip for the past 5 days and I haven't had a chance to play any Destiny 2. I got maybe an hour before the show, and I was just doing story missions and whatnot for my Solstice armor that still isn't legendary because I haven't played for a week. So getting caught up. I've only got a week or two left before the 28th comes rolling around and we get the next big update. A lot of things are going to be in there. A lot of time on this week's episode talking about some of the things coming in, update dropping on 8th. We had some stuff going on this week. We had a little bit of Iron Banner, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Anybody here had a chance to dive on into that?
Absolutely. And you know what? I like 6s, so I've been having a lot of fun.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me
I
of
feel
your
like that's
experience.
when the entire team isn't using Gravlance, which I've been seeing a lot less Gravlance, it's fine. It's great. And like Nojja mentioned, when you do communicate and work together with your team and you are in a 6-stack, it can just be easy peasy,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because as we discussed a little bit before the show, matchmaking can be a little bit different in Iron Banner from what you may be experiencing in the quick play playlist right now.
Bit, yeah.
A little bit more skill-based matchmaking, huh?
If you're grinding out your legendary armor, I would suggest not going into Iron Banner.
Definitely.
Maybe not.
Can I interject by saying that the reason Nem isn't here is because he just found out that he probably has food poisoning. So,
oh no!
if anybody's wondering,
Again?
forgot to say that, but yeah.
What did he eat?
Told you.
Subway.
Damn, I told you,
Oh,
stop going to the shady Subway in the back alley, man. It's not a real Subway. If you don't see
it's those yoga mats.
if you don't see the neon green sign, it's not a real Subway. A dude sitting behind a cardboard box with a scrawled out pencil Subway is not a legitimate Subway, Nim. Don't eat that foot long.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I should just get that out of the way because I'm sure people would be wondering where he is. But
yeah, we wish him the best in that. I hope he
Yes,
gets a
Plam.
speedy recovery for
man.
his upset tummy.
mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Noja's got a friend with him.
Hey, Nojja friend.
That's the wife.
Nojja's wife. Right. She knows better than to go to back alley Subways.
True.
Yes.
Right.
I hope so.
The Nojja family, very high IQ family.
3,000 IQ plays at all times. But
You have to. It's D2, man. You have to have at least 2,500 IQ to be completely
Oh
successful.
God, why am I here?
Well, I'll be signing off.
That's
Yeah, bye.
actually our last broadcast. The only one who could actually measure up to this standardized test of intelligence for Destiny 2 was Nojja. It was only him. Only him.
This is a fact.
How's your experience in Iron Banner been this week?
I haven't played much of it, I'll be honest with you. Like I said before with podcast went live, I was helping Rhythm a little bit, just hanging out with him because I really enjoy playing with Rhythm. He's a really good dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good dude.
He was running raffles on his channel for on the hour every hour, just pulling random people in, whoever wanted to play. And it just it's night and day different between. Sorry about the dog, but it's like night and day different between QP. QP is incredibly relaxed. It's like kind of, I don't want to call it easy mode, but it really is kind of easy mode right now. And Iron Banner is like super sweaty. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Dog is also mad about Iron Banner.
Yeah.
Actually playing right now. Sitting there playing Iron Banner and going up against constant 6 stacks from the cats in the alley back behind their house.
That is very
That are
similar
also
to the
eating
noise
the
I
Subway.
make when I match a sweaty ass team.
It's just a bit of a squeaky light bark.
Loud squeaky. Yeah.
We're good.
No problem, man. We
No, it's
understand.
okay.
We understand the dogs. The dog's just back there sweating, carrying his entire pack against that horrible 6 stack of cats. I get
Yeah.
it, man.
Yep.
I understand.
Oh
man.
yeah.
But I guess it's the reason that I don't have any drive to be in there is because I don't have a reason to be in there. I
Mm-hmm.
got to 50 in the first Iron Banner, and I was like, "What do now?" So it's appropriately sweaty. I think yes, the skill based matchmaking is okay. I think it's totally fine because there is like a competition of sorts that's happening, and there's like something to gain, something to chase. But just for the time being, I have no reason to be in there, so I don't enjoy it because I'm not. I just feel like it's pointless. Like I'm just kind of wasting time.
Yeah, and that's certainly understandable. I think a lot of individuals ran into that with maybe faction rallies and whatnot, where you grinded out the armor and the catalyst that they wanted, and then just didn't feel a reason to win and grind to 50 factions after that. That's certainly an issue I could see. Already got all the order, got the weapons that you want, like the stuff like that. Not really too much of an incentive. And I'm trying to think back into D1 what the incentive for me was when running Iron Banner after I got everything I wanted. Kind of rolls back into some of the random rolls. Another big thing, like everybody's trying to get their. Oh my gosh, what was the high impact Iron Banner?
Oh.
The one that could like
The
2
Lingering
tap
Song?
or something.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, with
I think it was called the Lingering
Chamber.
Song. Yeah.
It was making goofy runs to get a gimmick version of that weapon, or trying to get light level appropriate drops. That was a huge reason for running Iron Banner, which unfortunately isn't the case in 2 as we know right now. But maybe that's something that'll change when Forsaken comes out. I never really understood why you didn't get light level relevant rewards from Iron Banner 2. Not an event that's available all the time. It's usually once a month. It's usually a very sweaty playlist. There's definitely a pretty heavy skill and I always felt like that was kind of like the other in-game PvP mode alongside Trials. Monthly Iron Banner tournament event. Hopefully when Forsaken comes out, we'll get back to the drop stuff that's at least near your light level.
Timur's Lash.
Timur's Lash.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think that was the year one. Was that year 1 or year 2?
There was a Finalis Peril.
That was year 2.
Aya's Luna Archetype, and then I think
I thought Finalis Peril was year 3.
Was it? I know they did 3. There's 3 total.
There's 3 hand
high impact. And
what was the one that Aphrodite had? Oh.
I don't remember. It's
Aphrodite's Spear?
It is.
No.
That's the sniper. That was the sniper ref.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
quick. That scares me.
We're just not gonna get it.
Yeah, we're not gonna figure it out. It's been a year. We've lost all our Destiny 1 knowledge. We've lost
it was good
all.
while it lasted.
Lingering Song, Hungo. Thank you. That was it. The Lingering Song.
Hungy.
Was that the first one you said? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, Lingering Song. Yeah, it was just like, it was the same archetype as Timur's Lash, and you could get some of those cheesy Luck in the Chamber rolls with it. Gimmick 2 taps. Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Random damage is fine. What do you mean?
Oh, don't you love it when your gunfight's not determined by skill?
Everything is skillful.
Absolutely.
That's never the case with me, TBL. Always lack of skill on me.
Spray and pray, baby.
That's universal.
Spray and pray.
It's universal. It's completely fair when your gunfights are determined by a lack of skill rather than an abundance of skill or an abundance of RNG. Destiny. So what else do we have going on this week? Because why am I talking? I haven't played the game at all.
Well, we had Iron Banner drop, which I literally played like 2 games of it, and then was like, that's enough, because I was grinding out all my legendary gear for Titan, and now I moved on to Warlock, and I've done all that Crucible stuff in quick play. So it really, Iron Banner wasn't so appealing to me this week just because I had that other grind going.
Right.
I agree. That's kind of where I'm at too. Like,
trying
to get super kills and void orbs on my hunter and like all sorts of just crap, like that list of stuff. I have no time.
It's really not that bad. Like I've noticed on my Titan, like the green set takes longer than the blue set to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then like the purple set, like you can do that anytime after the 28th. You really just have to get to legendary by the 28th. So if you masterwork it now, GG's, you'll be a little bit higher, like to replace it with in Forsaken.
For half of the first mission in Forsaken, when you pick up a blue that's gonna be like 430 light.
Yeah, that one. Like it's, I don't know. Like other than that, I mean, I've just been buying mods a lot, like clearing out all my glitter for mods and re-upping them, because you're going to be able to turn them in for possibly some new thing to do with the mods coming up when Forsaken comes. Like I don't know, like that's basically been my week. That and like hearing one clanmate now has Redrix's Claymore and I still got it. And
really?
what was I still don't have it. I got the sniper tonight, so that was cool. But man, yeah, I need that shoddy. But like the last thing, I've been trying to dodge. I've been kind of flirting with looking at some of the spoilers that popped up on Reddit this week.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
stay away.
It's super interesting stuff. It's stuff that I want to know more about, and if it's true, is really awesome.
Spoil it for me, because I will be really, really sad about that.
That's one news story that I did catch wind of over the course of the week and looked into. It's real. It's real.
We know that it's real. Okay.
It's real.
Yeah.
All right. Well then.
Can confirm.
Freaking awesome!
I feel sad.
Say about it.
It's cool stuff
from a distance because I have no idea what's going on. But
we won't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't either. I've been trying to avoid it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we won't talk about it here. But
I like to
yeah,
get excited, so that's always a good plus, you know.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you make a video on it, TBL, be sure to like.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
No, okay.
Because when Dan says there's spoilers in this, spoilers.
Oh, like serious. Okay.
Spoiler, like everything spoilers.
All right.
So
good.
no,
Good to know.
So no, there will be no video going up on Planet Destiny about that particular thing. But it's on the subreddit if you want to know. Go archive. It was a couple days ago. You'll find it. Believe me, you'll find it. Interesting stuff there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So basically, for everybody's here doing Forsaken prep, huh? Yeah, getting your Solstice stuff done, gearing up the turn-ins and whatnot for Forsaken.
Mm-hmm.
Must be nice to have time to do things like that.
Yeah, it must be nice. I'm definitely not.
Same.
I mean,
like I said,
the job that I just got, it's not exactly as time consuming as I thought it was going to be.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
The jury's still out.
We'll find out.
Yes.
Huh? You know what? You'll find out the week Forsaken comes out because that's either when it'll be all work and no time to play, or all time to play and no work.
Right.
50-50 shot, man. 50-50 shot.
I have off the 4th. That day is mine.
One day.
Yeah.
That'll work. So you mentioned one of your clanmates got Redrix's Claymore, right?
Yes, he did. It was a slog this entire week.
Was it Trav?
Yeah, it was Travis.
Really?
Cool.
Valtasass on Twitter.
Love that kid.
Got Redrix's Claymore. And this, like, he got it after, he was so close to it after, like, all of that red stuff came up about the broadsword, the whole kerfuffle.
Yeah.
And what a kerfuffle that was. He was just like, you know what? Like, I'm so close. I'm just gonna go get it, and he got it. And congratulations to him. Like, he ground out all season for that thing, and was really, really great. He was facing like 1 second kill.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was facing. He had one night. No. He was so angry. He was so angry one night because he was just like, "Why am I facing 1 second kill? I should not. Like, my skill is not that high."
Right.
But I don't know if you're playing in that realm. I guess you're welcome to it.
It just be like that. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, that whole thing about like the broadsword being a clone, like, that news came out this week, basically, but a better clone because it now has like a mod slot.
And will feature a new masterwork system, magazine random rolls, and barrel random rolls on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so why don't we just go ahead and dive on into that, because that was a bit of a kerfluffle, as you said, this week. It kind of caught me by surprise. I roll in late Friday evening, getting back from my trip, and the first thing I see is literally the internet on fire because of some weird thing called Redrix's broadsword. What the hell is this nonsense?
You're that gif of Donald Glover in Community where he walks in with the pizza and like
everything's on fire. Yeah, that was me walking in. Yeah. Except my response was to light the pizza on fire and throw it onto the fire because I love a good bonfire. I love it. So
here for the drama.
Oh, it's great. I feed off it. Give it to me. Give me the drama. I want Days of Our Lives, Destiny variant. Just hand that soap opera over to me. That's what I want.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's what we got because, man, some people are kind of upset about this Redrix nonsense, huh?
Yep. Yeah, they are.
Why don't we take a little bit of time to explain exactly what's going on with the Redrix's Claymore? Let me see if I can bring up the... Or you can.
Well, let's see here. I have it up. They were talking about Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So, one of the changes that they came around to, in the magnificent section of the TWAB, Kevin Yanis said, I'm glad we get a chance to talk to you about the Crucible ranks going forward. The past season of gameplay has taught us a lot about what has worked well and where we can do better. As we kick off the next season, we're excited to give players new ranks to earn. Then they talk about going down. They talk about one of the goals being to remove the pressures associated with glory ranks. And they talk about Redrix's Claymore is being retired in Season 4, as it is. Players who already earned the weapon will still be able to equip and use it. So that's cool. They're not removing it from the game. Players will be unable to earn Redrix's Claymore beyond Season 3. That's something we already knew.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But the addition to that was Shaxx will offer a new quest that players can complete to earn Redrix's Broadsword, a companion weapon to Redrix's Claymore. Now, when that was brought up, I thought that it would be like a Mida mini tool. like you know,
a companion.
Yeah.
Weird
a companion.
Language. Right.
Immediate speculation was, what gun could this possibly be that it also energy slot?
Exactly.
I was like, there's no way it's not going to be primary, but
yeah. Reading through, Redrix's Broadsword features a similar talent arrangement, and it does not share the lore and triumphs associated with Redrix's Claymore. Once you've earned that weapon, random roll versions of Redrix's Broadsword will start dropping from Crucible Ingrams. Each drop will have the fixed Outlaw and Desperado combination, which is the key equivalent for the Claymore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then each drop will also have randomized barrels, magazines, and masterwork perks. Players who earned Redrix's Claymore in Season 3 will receive additional bonuses. Owners will be granted an exclusive emblem, not Ingram. Sorry, please don't send a correction. When redeeming the corresponding triumph, and Claymore owners will be eligible for drops of Redrix's Broadsword from Crucible Ingrams. That's what I meant to say, Ingrams, that time, even without completing the corresponding quest.
Sick.
So, yes.
Cool.
That means that, like, so this gun that everybody's been going for all season, you're gonna get a better version of it, like, almost immediately if you grind it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody was up in arms on Thursday because they did not know what that meant. And rightfully so.
Yeah, so to put it shortly, the Redrix's Claymore has been this really, really high tier reward that you can only get after grinding it out in the competitive playlist, which is always very fun. It's a powerful weapon. It's decent enough gun. It's got a pretty powerful ability with Outlaw and Desperado, but outside of that, those two perks, you know, it's generally just an okay weapon. With the buff that high impact pulses are getting, could get a lot better within Forsaken. But of course, the Claymore was going to be something that's going away in Season 3. We knew that. They said that when they first announced the Redrix's Claymore way back when. So we knew that was going to be going away. I made a quick video talking about all of this, and I said in the video, I swear, you can go back in the podcast, go months back, and I swear there is a point on the show in which I said this exact scenario was going to happen. That there was no way that they weren't going to be giving out some sort of equivalent to the Claymore when Forsaken came out, or whatever. At that time, we didn't know what the DLC was. I said, this is absolutely going to come back as like an exotic or some sort of thing that Bungie just doesn't generally lock content like that away from people. At least they try their best not to. And there's good and bad to this. I'll start off with the bad. With the things that some people are complaining about. I understand if you're somebody who was grinding out the competitive playlist, you worked hard to get your Claymore. Yeah, this can kind of, on its face, certainly on Thursday, before we learned about some of the other things that are going to be coming along with this, in particular the quest steps on Friday. I could see that. I could see why you'd be a little upset, thinking, I did all this work and everyone's going to have access to a better version of this gun in Forsaken. Why did I go through all of this grinding just to get this weapon? I understand.
But you get it first.
Yes, yeah, and that's that's the other side. One, I understand. That's frustrating. You did a lot of grinding. I wasn't about to do all that for Redrix's Claymore.
Yeah, hell
so
no.
I understand the frustration that you went through, going through all of that to get this weapon, and then suddenly having this thing that you had to work to get available to everyone. I can understand why that's super duper frustrating, believe me. But the good way by far outweighs the bad with this. Because, yeah, Redrix's broadsword is going to be a better version of the Claymore. It is. It's got you got the masterworks and stuff with it. The randomized barrels and all that kind of stuff already off the top creates some pretty interesting combinations with that. Not to mention the extra perk that the broadsword's going to be getting with mods and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a better weapon. But here's the difference. You get access to it as soon as Forsaken goes live. The moment the DLC comes out, you can go into Crucible and get access to the Redrix's broadsword. You don't have to do the quest to unlock it. Now you might think, oh, well, that's dumb. It's just gonna be a short quest to get it done. Oh, is that what you think? You think it's gonna be a short quest, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Well, our good buddy Dylan, he was quick to rectify the situation and posted on Friday the actual
Dylan.
quest. He did it. Did the thing.
That's DMG for
Damage 04. Cool guy.
Yeah.
He actually posted the entirety of the quest. It is a 9-step quest. Would you like to know what all 9 steps to this quest are?
Yeah.
Please illuminate us.
Let's
Good
take a look.
kind sir.
So, when Forsaken comes out, you're going to get a new quest from Lord Shaxx. Here are the steps. Step number 1. In the Crucible, defeat 200 opponents with pulse rifle final blows. Simple enough to start. 200 pulse rifle kills. That's easy enough to do. Step number 2. Reach the Valor rank Heroic. Again, not too bad. We're getting, they're like, not quite doubling, but they're bumping up the amount of Valor points you get from completing games now, right? That's you're thinking, this is easy. That's not too bad. Just 200 kills and Heroic rank. Man, I can get that in a weekend. Hold on, cowboy. Step number 3. In the Crucible, earn 75 double plays. Okay, 75 double kills. It's not too bad at all. Step number 4. In the Crucible, defeat 150 opponents with precision final blows from any pulse rifle. All right, let me whip out my Vigilance Wing and 2-tap 150 people. Okay, that's about an afternoon's worth of work. What's next? Step number 5. In the Crucible, defeat 50 opponents with arc final blows, 50 opponents with solar final blows, and 50 opponents with void final blows. Okay, gonna have to whip out some weapons and try some different elements and whatnot, but alright, that'll take a little bit of time. Step 6. Complete 25 Crucible matches in Quick Play, 25 Crucible matches in Competitive, and 25 Crucible matches in Rumble. Okay, so that's gonna take a little bit more than a weekend. You know, it doesn't have to be victories. Doesn't say victories there. It just says complete 25 matches. That'll take you a little bit of time. Alright, cool. What's after that? Step number 7. Complete 20 Crucible bounties. Okay, and all the Crucible bounties, that's about a day's worth of work. Doesn't take too long to get those things done. You're saying, all right, you know, this is going to be maybe a week's worth of work, you know, but still nothing to sweat about, right? Right? You got this, Tiger. You're the man. Yeah. See, you're
Is this
the
how
champ.
you sound when you talk to yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Just when I'm in the mirror, it's
how
like,
he is in his room.
yeah, you got it, baby. You got to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm going to have this Redrix's broadsword before the first week.
Someone walks by the door and they're like, "Are you okay?"
That's me. That's me, and that's you right now because you're a lord of the Crucible. None of these steps are that hard, man. Yeah. So where are we? Step number 7. That was the 20 bounties. You got that. Step number 8. Reset your Valor rank 5 times in a single season.
That's where they get you.
You ain't doing that in a weekend.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
And it's not retroactive because you have to do it in one season.
So some of these are retroactive though, right?
Nope.
Like
Nope.
no, you have to do them as the quest
Not
step.
a single one of these
Okay.
steps feeds into another one. You have to do them individually.
Yeah, so that 200 pulse rifle final blows
Okay.
doesn't feed into the 200 or the 150 precision final blows. You'll have to do that after you get the 200 kills. None of these roll into one another.
That I'm fine with, but like I don't know. I feel like the 5 resets, like if you're ideally, you're just gonna hold on to that first reset then until you get to that step, right?
I'd say yeah.
To
Yeah,
turn
but
that
you're
in.
still gonna have to do it 4 more fucking times.
That's
Well,
5 resets.
I'm just spitballing here. Like, so say you complete the bounties, but you don't turn them in. Does that count toward that 20 bounty? Like, there's going to be cheeses in here somewhere. You know what I mean?
I would imagine a little bit of cutting corners.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No matter what you do, there's no way around the time sink. It's
Oh no.
right.
That's the whole point here, right?
Yeah, it's
Like-
this is I'm seeing chat talking about it right now. This is a season-long quest. Absolutely. This is something that's meant to be done over the course of a season. You're not getting it done the first weekend.
No.
Absolutely
There will
not
be-
getting this done.
There will be people who try.
And to them, I salute you.
There's
Rest
gonna
in
be
peace.
the people that no life it and get it done way before everybody else and be like, "There's no content in Forsaken. What is this?" Shut up! Shut up! I am tired of hearing from you. Shut up.
according
Go
to
away.
chat. Apparently,
Anyway.
you can only do 5 bounties a day, and if you don't finish them with
Oh
Right.
yeah.
hours, they go away.
That's if you don't finish them. If you finish them though, you can hold on to them.
Stockpile them like you used to in Destiny 1. You know, pick them up, complete them, keep them in your inventory.
Yeah.
You still have to
So-
complete 20 bounties.
Yeah. It's just
And you still only get 5 a day.
Right, but 4
So if you
days
start
you're
doing
at
it-
that
the only
20.
thing is, like, if you start doing it now, right?
Well, that's if these count towards
Yeah.
whatever happens in
Yeah,
season
if.
4.
It's a
If.
big if. We don't
I-
know.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Everything's a big if.
It's all a big
but
if.
Forsaken is just a
if you
giant
want to
if.
try, just go ahead and slap that puppy. You know, slap it right on the roof and said, you know what? I can fit so many fucking bounties in here.
Slam.
Are we memeing now? Is that
That's
what we're
right.
doing?
Slams the roof of his inventory.
What did you call my mother?
I really feel like this is just a matter of prioritization because Forsaken's going to drop and there's going to be tons of content. So it's really going to depend on, like, I bet you could probably do it in that first week if you really wanted to get it. If you're a diehard PvP player, and again, it's going to depend on the fluctuation of your skill level, like where you land in that spectrum. But me personally, like, I have the Claymore. I got it a little while ago, so I can.
Bloody
speak-
fucking
I can-
Don. No.
I can- well, when I initially heard about all this, I was pretty frustrated. I felt
Yeah.
like all of my efforts had been kind of invalidated in a way.
Exactly.
But I kind of like looked back on the combat reveal stream. I was crunching some theoretical numbers. I'd seen a couple things that were bouncing around the community for like damage numbers. And it looks like the 390 pulse rifles are going to do 31 to the head, which is almost 2 bursts, not quite. But you can kind of assume a little bit, which we haven't actually seen it, so who knows? But you can kind of assume a little bit that the highest impact of pulse rifle, hopefully to get the 2 burst, it will be a 100% crit demand, or at least 8 out of 9 of those bullets.
Right.
Did I just math that? 6. Sorry. 5 out of 6 of those bullets need to land on the head. Now, I don't know, like, I was not a believer in the Claymore. This current sandbox, I was not a believer in the Claymore. When I first saw it, I was like, it's high impact.
believed in you.
It's
Yeah,
kinda meh.
it's high impact, so rip.
You know, it's got a strange damage model. It's still a 3 burst. Yeah, it does a pretty good amount of damage, but then I got it and I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I understand that combination of perks, Outlaw and Desperado, drops the TTK to 0.6 and you just melt people.
Yep.
When you have that going, and it's insane. I mean, it's like one of the most fun little meta games that you can play during a match.
Right.
Is making sure that you're playing around the weakness of the gun. You're kind of hanging back a little bit. You guarantee yourself that precision kill. You get that reload off, and then you can push people like almost endlessly. It's insane. It's a really strong primary. Now, from a balancing perspective, I think this is probably the only thing that they could have done.
Yeah.
Because I think that the last thing that they put up on for the numbers of how many people had got the thing on their account is 8750, I believe. It was 8,000.
Yeah, it was in the 8,000s.
At that time. Now, I imagine there's maybe been a couple hundred maybe at this point. So I'm going to say by the time Forsaken launches, I don't think it's going to hit 10,000. I could be wrong, but I think it'll be somewhere maybe 9,200-ish is about my guess, my estimate. So you have a gun like that you made exclusive to Season 3, that if they are a 2-burst archetype in the following season in that sandbox, is going to have this combination of perks that is going to make it like just run rampant and absolutely destroy everybody in the Crucible. So the thing is, statistics, though, you wouldn't run into it very often. But when you did, you probably would feel like there is nothing I can do against this guy. He has this laser beam of a weapon that he gets these easy headshots. He 2-taps me, I get melted, and then my entire team just gets wiped repeatedly. So from that standpoint, I understand, like, okay, yes, they said it was going to be an exclusive weapon to Season 3. No, they did not lie about that. They told us the truth, because the Redrix's Claymore, specifically, that's tied to Season 3, and you will never be able to get that again.
Yep.
So I'm going to draw a little bit of parallel to Dark Souls here. When you do things in Dark Souls and it's very difficult, you don't really get, most of the time, a tangible reward, but it's more so that you completed the thing that you've been stuck on for whatever period of time. And the reward comes from like that relief of, I finally got it, and now I can go tell all my friends that I beat this boss or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm applying the same thought process, honestly, to this. Is that, like, Season 3 comp was not very player friendly. I'll tell you right now. It's a very one-dimensional, Arc Strider heavy. That's not me hating. That's just like the way it is. Like,
this is the meta, right?
It's the meta,
It's the meta.
You're welcome.
The no radar thing kind of drives most people away.
Yeah.
That's not a super fun mechanic. They're bringing it back, fortunately, so I'm happy with that. But like, I think they may have expected more people to go for it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put any blame in any one place, but I think maybe the thought process was like, hey, here's this really cool gun. We're going to put this as an option for people to go for. It's rank 3, and here you go. Like, go get it. But I think what ended up happening is maybe they saw the numbers at close to the end of this season, and they said, wow, there's not really that many people that are going to have this thing. And they wanted people, as Kevin Giannis specifically said, they wanted people to have Desperado and Outlaw in their hands, like be able to use that to see what it's like, because it's incredible. Like, average pulse rifle at best before you get that perk up, and then as soon as it's up, it's like it's just, you just mow people down. It's crazy. But I think with the introduction of the new sandbox, the hopefully precision meta maybe that we'll be in, it's going to be powerful.
Yeah.
And they needed to let other people experience that, because they didn't want, I just don't think they wanted the rich get richer kind of concept. And I was frustrated until I saw the quest steps, and I was like, okay, that's okay.
I don't have to do that.
You know
all right.
I don't have to do that. I'm gonna get an emblem that's gonna say, hey, you did the thing. I can wear that if I want to. I have the gun, so I can be like, if anybody's ever like, bro, you don't have it, you lying, I'm just gonna throw it on and be like, what's up?
There you go.
But, and then as anybody that is a current Redrix owner, I think it's really cool that we are going to have immediate access to a better version of the gun that we've been using. So that's cool. You can just swap over to that one once you get the perfect roll to drop that you want, and be like, all right, I'm going to mod this thing up. So basically, you get the same thing you had, except it's upgraded.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. And you get it immediately. So save up your tokens for the Crucible. If you have the Claymore now, which I don't save anything, because I clean out my inventory consistently every time I go to the tower, which is probably not a good thing, but save up your tokens and just go drop hundreds of tokens and see how many different rolls you can get. I really think it's a particular situation where they have to let good players, or at least anybody that's driven to go get a cool thing, they gotta give that, like, carrot on the stick needs to exist. They gotta get people in that playlist going for it. But I think there was less people that actually ended up receiving the weapon than maybe they anticipated.
Right.
So now they had to figure out a solution without completely crushing the current owners of it. So I'm okay with it. I don't know. It's tough.
I think that's a perfectly reasonable approach to this, and I think that you're absolutely 100% right. I think Bungie was looking for a compromise here. They did want a wider player pool to experience that weapon and that combination of perks because it is very powerful when it activates. I've had a chance to play with the Claymore, and yeah, that's why I said it's a very average pulse rifle. But when you get that precision kill and Desperado activates, it's a completely new gun. It's a very fun weapon to play with, and I think this was a good compromise. This was a good way for them to allow that for players. Basically, bringing an identical version in, giving it a bit of a benefit of having some randomized perks and whatnot, and masterworks and all that kind of stuff added to it, but putting it behind a quest that is going to be very lengthy, very time consuming, something that you're actually going to have to spend a significant amount of game time grinding towards. I think that was a great way to open it up to other players who didn't want to go through the comp playlist, while taking the people who went through and grinded for the weapon and still kind of honoring the work that they put in. Like I said, yeah, right there with what you said, that maybe a little bit upset when you first heard the news about this, thinking because it's rank 3 in comp to get this thing right now, but that takes a significant amount of work, a significant amount of time investment, especially with the way comp plays right now. It's hard, and believe me, I understand the grind of people who went through all of that. And I think Bungie does too. I thought what they were going to do, I had almost put my money on them making an exotic version. I figured they would just have the legendary Redrix's Claymore, and then they'd make some sort of exotic weapon with the same perk combination for everybody else to play with, and that the trade-off would be it's an exotic. You can't use Vigilance Wing. Yep. But I think this option of just putting a legendary out there and then putting it behind a very significant quest is great. And if I remember correctly, that's not going to be the only quest weapon that's tied to Lord Shaxx. I do believe the Luna's Howl hand cannon is going to be tied behind a quest like this. And I wonder, if you're somebody who's got the Redrix's Claymore already, does that mean you just get direct access to the Luna's Howl, or is that going to be available to everybody?
The speculation right now, which we haven't had any confirmation, but it's reasonable to assume based on the gameplay that we saw of the weapon, is that it's going to be the new rank 3 reward. So once you hit rank 3,
that might do it.
Yeah, then you get it. Because looking at the damage model of that hand cannon and the fact that it's a 180 and what it did to the dude that got put down with it,
right,
in the gameplay reveal, that's insane. Like a 3-tap on a 180 is that's about a 0.6 TTK, as far as I understand, which is basically the same thing as the Redrix's Claymore when it has Desperado up. But then I think that sets the standard moving forward as well. It may have just been like a Bungie, maybe the Crucible team, I would say specifically, wanted to put like this cool reward, but then I think they realized like, hey, we need to get this in the hands of more players. Yeah. But I think this would have been, I just don't think there was the foresight there to understand that they needed to do something like this. Because to be completely honest, like, succeeding in anything in life sometimes takes multiple iterations of failure. And I look at this as I don't want to call it a failure because I think that's kind of a negative way to describe it, but I think it's just an iteration of the Crucible team going, okay, we did it this way. Is there a better way to do it?
Right.
How do we do this moving forward? We're just going to bite the bullet now because we know people are going to be upset about it, but we have to set a better standard maybe moving forward. So
for sure. And there's like certain things too that there's no way for them to know how the community is going to digest it as a whole. So they have to, there's going to be mistakes that are going to be made, and there's just going to be decisions that are less than ideal. It's just the way it is.
Do you guys think that with the Luna's Howl, that in Season 5, they'll have something like this for that weapon?
Oh, I think it's going to happen before Season 5.
Yeah?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Remains to be
seen. Like, because they kind of, like, I get it because, like, Claymore is technically a year 1 weapon.
Technically, yep.
Yeah. Broadsword, like I can see them doing that from Claymore to Broadsword because season 2 is right, or season 4 is right around the corner.
Yep.
So, but when it comes to the other weapons going forward, does it make sense to, like, for the design team to kind of run into this issue again?
Yeah, it's tough to answer given what we've seen here and what Nojja just talked about with the Claymore. I think they're going to try to avoid a situation like this again, which is why I think even in the TWAB they talk about Pinnacle Crucible rewards, which is always the terms they use to describe the Claymore. They talk about Pinnacle Crucible rewards now being awarded via quests rather than just from playing in any sort of arbitrary playlist until you reach a certain rank. So I think what their goal is moving forward is to create these powerful, unique weapons, but put them in a more attainable spot that just kind of requires going through a quest or going through some sort of grinding, rather than just playing the same playlists over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think that's a
tenacity, a will kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit better. I think that's a better way to move forward with this sort of stuff, rather than just saying, "Hey, here's something you can get at this rank.
Yeah.
Go bang your head against the competitive wall for 3 weeks and see if you get it."
It's a mountaintop every season, rather than
maybe
the duration.
They're doing the rank 3 reward and that lengthy quest thing at the same time,
Yeah, doing both
in the following season. So, or maybe even in the same season. That might be the answer. There is to have 2 paths to it. At the same time, like you go, okay, here's this insane quest that you can go embark on, have fun if you want to get it that way. Still a significant time investment, and maybe somehow longer of an investment than whatever. I mean, I don't know how they would really calculate that, but or they say like, all right, 2100, here you go, you can grind. So you have like multiple avenues depending on what kind of player you are.
Right.
Some people do not have consistent teams to go into comp with, and I think that's actually a lot of people. I've seen it a lot since like the comp changes happened and the reward got put in that playlist, is that I don't have a team. How do I get this thing? Like, I'm not just going to solo queue. And to be fair, you would really never want to solo queue because solo queuing is risky. I mean, if you're going with a full team, no matter your skill level, you are taking out the RNG of hoping that somebody can psychically understand that you need them to push right and you're going left. Like, there's the communication aspect there, which is a different layer of like success potentially that could influence like a match. So, but I feel, maybe they provide the avenue for solo players that just play a lot of quick play and they don't really have teams that they go in and sweat with, But then there's the guys that are incredible players that have other incredible players that are just going to keep up with, and they're going to get it in maybe a couple days' time.
What's that like, Nojja? What does that feel like,
terrible
Nojja?
at this game. What are you talking about?
Nojja! Okay, Nojja, you say this. I have seen you 1v4 people in tournaments.
That never happened. We don't talk
It
about
happened.
it. Nojja?
Javelin 4 was the map, right? Yeah, and we took on who was it?
Is that a map? And I don't know.
The team
Nojja?
It was in the class battles tournament. I've seen it happen, folks. That's what I'm saying. Is Nojja is lying to you.
It's a faint whisper.
He's sweaty his entire.
Look, I've never 1v4'd anything in my life.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Nojja.
That's a lie.
It was for fun.
We've actually all come here to talk to you.
This is an intervention.
Yeah, this is an intervention.
Okay. All right.
You got to accept the compliment.
Thanks.
I will beat you up.
Look, here's how I chopped it up. This is what I recommended to people in my clan or anybody that was asking about it. 700 points. 700 points per day can be done. That might sound ridiculous, but when you have a task that's like crazy difficult placed in front of you, try to take it in chunks.
Yeah.
I did it. My pacing was 700 points a day. That's what I cut myself off. I said, okay, 0 to 700, done. 700, 1400, done. 14 to 21. It's not perfect, obviously, because you're not going to win every single game.
Right,
Or in my case, yesterday, I got DDoS twice, which was super cool. Thanks for that, whoever that
But he
was.
still won the game. He still won the game, though.
I did not. I got an L. But I broke it down by 700. Now, that's what I would recommend is just like, you got a whole season to do it. Not now for the Redrix, but next season.
Couple weeks.
Just try to take it in bite-sized pieces. Don't look at the 2100 and go, man, I'm never getting that. Look at 300 points and go, all right, I'm going to grind this out maybe a day or two. And then I'm going to switch over to some PvE stuff for the rest of the week. Next week, I'm going to get back on that train again, get another 300, another 300. Like, just pace yourself, because it can get really frustrating because you go, ooh, 2100, that's yikes. Like, in this meta, nah, I'm good. But that's
giving me flashbacks to when I tried, like, actually cared about my SR ranking in Overwatch.
I mean, it's, it's a similar parallel. It's tough. I mean, it's ranked though, and it's supposed to be hard. And especially if there's some reward at the end of it that is actually tangible, and it's powerful, and you get the thing, and it just rips people to shreds. Like, I am a firm believer that there needs to be things that are difficult to reach, but maybe in this specific case, they go difficult to reach, but also provide another avenue that's like, all right, time investment, because they have to try to find that balance. Like, difficulty to time investment needs to exist.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to go about describing it, and hopefully moving forward we have options like that. Earn it one way or go do a big long quest for it. Boy, that's what you're getting with the broadsword. Can't wait.
I think there's gonna be so much stuff to do in Forsaken too. Like,
yeah.
A lot of these people that are going, oh, my Redrix is not valuable anymore, and like all these people are just gonna have it immediately when the DLC drops.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case, because
it's a real woe is me situation.
It's a lengthy quest, and on top of that, dude, we have how many barons to go chase down, and then Uldren to find.
Yeah.
Don't spoil anything for me.
And then whatever was in that Reddit post.
Hey, we don't talk about that.
The many things in that Reddit post.
Did you guys see the trailers that Bungie released for the Barons? Pretty cool.
Do they do like individuals?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, there's no way Bungie is gonna make me feel bad about killing, or is going to make me enjoy killing them, I guess I should say, because I love the Fallen so much.
Yeah, it's pretty cool bunch of characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's got to be a ton of things to do in Forsaken, just between Gambit, which we learned a bit more about this week. We learned some the ranking changes for that. It's going to have its own infamy system, its own armor and weapons that you'll be able to earn, its own bounty system to help you level up in it. We learned, we know about the Dreaming City. We got to see plenty of that over the past couple of weeks. The new in-game world space, it's going to have its own public events, its own secrets, its own raid. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on when Forsaken finally drops in early September. So, I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
There's things to do. Absolutely.
And you know who you can do them with? Your clan. That's another thing that was brought up.
Yep.
That's a segue. What's happening?
That is a segue.
Incoming.
I've been working on them in a mirror. So...
I'm not.
Hey Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I would love to. So, in the TWAB, so we all know clans like get together with your buddies or random affiliates and like just knock stuff out, right? And at the beginning of year one, it was just like I don't know. For some people, in my experience, you would have some people that were really into the group and community dynamic of it. And we left our clan wide open so that anybody could just join whenever, And some people were just there to farm Ingrams. And then Bungie was like, well, you're not going to get like great stuff from the Ingrams anymore. And then those farmers went away. They just left. Or we had to kick them out. Either way. But it seems like they're making the clan system like more viable again, at least, and rewarding to run stuff with your clanmates, which is a huge thing for me. Like I love the social aspect of this game and love running stuff with my clanmates. We will like, I think earlier this year I was talking about like we would run guided games once a week just to kind of see what that system was like.
Yeah.
And they're even reinvigorating all that stuff. So like they're talking about like Steve, Sir Steve.
Oh,
Steve
Dolan. Yeah.
Steve Dolan. He's a nice guy. I've interacted with him a couple times on Twitter. But he goes, I want to fill you in on changes coming to social systems before we start our Forsaken adventure together. We're bringing back a feature that many have asked for on many occasions. Fire teams that are formed in some activities will stay together once the activity is complete. This applies to the following: Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible. So the three playlists.
Thank you. Finally.
Note, this does not apply to competitive Crucible.
Not in there, but when
grab a team.
Yeah. But they also say like if you're in the middle of a the Crucible match ends by a mercy ruling or the scores are wildly disproportional, players will be put back into matchmaking to find a new team. So that's
good.
Cool.
Good.
Activity reconnections, starting with Forsaken. If you disconnect from a guided game, you will be offered the opportunity to reconnect to the activity if it is still active.
That's huge.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah. Because otherwise, in the past, if you were doing a guided game activity and somebody disconnected and you were like, oh, well, we'll just go get the checkpoint later. Nope.
Nope.
It didn't exist. That checkpoint wasn't a thing.
None of that.
Well, now they're bringing that in as well.
I hope that comes to the comp playlist point.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would help with DDoSes and stuff.
Yeah. But the clans update, the major clans update thing that I'm really looking forward to is since launch, 50% of you have hit max rank in the clans each season. Going into Forsaken, there are two major things we wanted to improve with clans: give you more reasons to play with your clanmates and make clan perks more interesting. And so you can earn clan XP by doing different bounty sets that Hawthorne will have available for you. And then once your character reaches the new level of 50, Hawthorne will add 3 additional weekly bounties that grant larger amounts of clan XP. So that requires you to team up with your clanmates, which is neat.
That's cool.
Like that's always been a thing that needed to happen.
Yeah.
But they also tell you like what some of the new perks are. Rank 3, increased resilience when you're in a fire team with clanmates. Rank 5 grants a chance to receive additional etheric and Barian resources when collecting them in the reef. And rank 6, the weekly clan milestone also grants a masterwork.
Excellent changes. I think some of these are pretty good. More incentives for people to actually participate with their clans and run content with their clans. I agree with you when you say this. Something that should have been done a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Iteration. There it is again.
Yeah.
Boom.
They saw something that was lacking, and they were like, you know what? 50% of the clans that are on our website. Now, that includes like people within those clans that have gone away from the game for months and then come back and had those like few diehards still kind of chugging along.
Yep.
That involves them. Like that involves clans that have been super active. 50%. Like, I mean, yeah. That's good for like the coin tosses.
I mean,
but
it's still, I'm actually kind of impressed that 50% of the clans have hit max rank in the game, because there's a lot of clans, there's a lot of players in D2 out there. That's actually a larger number than I would have originally guessed. But I like that they're doing that they're implementing some changes here to make running and playing content with your clan a bit more alluring, a bit more rewarding, and overall a bit more fun. Because that's the entire point of the clan system. It was put in place so that you could run content with your friends for additional benefits and whatnot. I also like that they're bringing in bounties. That seems to be something that's just going on everywhere. Everybody gets bounties now. Everywhere. Yeah, absolutely every NPC is going to have bounties by the time Destiny 3 gets ready to come out.
Don't forget to pick them up, for the love of God. Don't forget to pick them up.
Or else we're just going to have a bunch of data on their system showing that all these bounties aren't being completed. So they'll get rid of them again. Yeah, I mean, it's it's interesting that we're finally getting some of these changes. I'm happy with it. I'm anytime they do anything to make the clan system more alluring, I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
The resiliency bump, by the way, for rank 3 is a +1.
Is it +1?
That was confirmed by one of the devs. So it's a +1 bump to whatever resiliency stat you have. Now they haven't talked about if that's in the, and I kind of hope it's not. Just because, given some of the new damage numbers that have kind of been calculated, having +1 resilience, literally from 0 to 1 resilience, could potentially change like certain shots to kill.
Time to kill.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big deal. I know most people are probably not running 0 resilience, but like,
try not to.
Well, let me just step over here.
Some of the numbers for damage that's incoming is very reliant on specific resiliency values. Right. So I kind of hope that that's like a more hard choice that you have to make. And I understand they want to do the whole clan thing, but it's in every activity PvE wise that they described, but they didn't say anything about the Crucible. So I'm kind of curious about that.
See, like I was like, this is all really great change, and actually more than I thought that they would actually do. I thought that maybe they'd add like an armor set to each of these activities, like guided games and clans,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's something that like you could model and put in. I assume fairly easy, but I haven't seen the spaghetti code, so I don't know.
Spaghetti code, man.
But like this, I feel like is a better like. I want those things? Yes, I do actually want those things. I want something for those activities that is rewarding, but this is a good backbone to that. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like and especially like to get people to actually create clans or join clans, because they definitely want this game to be social, right? They don't want it to just be, hey, I need to like I need the Whisper of the Worm and the streamer runs like a service. They don't want it to just be that. They want it to be you talking to people within your communities that you're building. And like, yeah. So these are all very positive changes, and I'm ecstatic about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Bungie's talked a lot about the social aspect of Destiny over the years, and they've focused a lot on that, especially when it comes to Destiny 2. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The clan feature is a huge part of that, and it's meant to be a community thing. It's meant to be a group of people you come onto the game and share experiences with, and I'm glad that they're pushing more to make that a more rewarding experience for everybody involved. Join a clan, you get free stuff. It's great. Clans are good things.
But the freest thing of all, friendship.
That's right. That is the freest gift of all. Most wonderful gift.
D2 friend game.
Thanks, Deej. Thanks for the friend game. All right, was there anything else big in the TWAB this week?
Gambit's getting a ranking system called Infamy that looks pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, Nojja, get into it.
Yep.
I'm gonna be playing so much fucking Gambit. Dude.
I'm gonna play a lot of Gambit because it looks really cool. It appeals to. You know what? I might be a Crucible player, but I think it's unfair to assume that I don't enjoy PvE content. So I just want to put this on record that I love PvE content. I like Elo a little more.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
So I go and lose a bunch of it every day. And it's great.
For me, it's the fact that all my clanmates seem to hate PvP. Like they just flat out refuse to play it, and they all love PvE. So it's like I could go in there with a group of 3 of them, and they could have fun, and I could have fun at the same time. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I like PvE too, but it's just something for both of us when I'm like, I want a Crucible, and they're all like, no. So,
Or you could
not.
be me and try to scientifically create like a monster team for Gambit activities.
oh no, I've been doing that too. Yeah, trust me.
Oh, the possibilities, my friends.
Frankenstein yourself up a Gambit squad.
Will Gambit be in custom?
Nojja, what's your availability?
Every day but Wednesday.
Nuts.
And Tuesday. And Thursday.
Every other day.
But hey, you know what?
Every other day.
Yeah. You got me. I'm around.
Yeah, Gambit looks like it's really going to be the standout game mode of Forsaken amongst all the new things that we're getting. Gambit just looks like an absolute ton of fun. You know, we got to see a bunch of that when we were at Guardian Con.
From the sidelines.
Definitely from the sidelines. I wasn't about to get in that line. Absolutely
Christ,
not.
no.
Miss me with that. But it looks fun. It looks like an absolute ton of fun.
It does look fun.
It really does. And so, yeah, we're getting this new ranking system, Infamy. You'll be able to progress through that, earn certain rewards like Gambit exclusive armor and weapons, some of which we got to see in the TWAB, I do believe. But adding its own reward system. I like this. I like when these game modes have their own unique reward systems. I love it I love what they did with Escalation Protocol. They're expanding on that with the Dreaming City. We've got the Blind Well, which is kind of like a new sort of horde mode thing for that. And I love that they're doing the same thing with the with Gambit. Want to get into some of the details there, Dan?
Why certainly.
Certainly.
With Forsaken just around the corner, Gambit will soon be unleashed into the wild. I wanted to discuss our high-level goals for the mode. This is Robbie Stevens and test lead Sam Dunn in the TWAB. Fuse the best aspects of PvP and PvE. They were talking about they always wanted you to have a role to play. At its highest level, Infamy is a progression-based ranking system where completing matches earns you points. Winning matches will greatly accelerate your climb, while losing matches will earn you points, just fewer than you win. So it's kind of like Valor, right?
Yeah. So Valor does.
Yeah. You're identical.
Yeah. It will reward players with unique Gambit weapons and armor. And they said they've been watching the response to Valor ranking system in the Crucible. A lot of this new work takes the community feedback into account. At this point, it's going to pass it on to Sam, who pulled double duty to design and test Infamy ranking system. The difference is they have Sam says, to start, we've designed Infamy ranks to be more granular by splitting most of the familiar ranks into 3 tiers. So those little chunks that Nojja was talking about.
Yeah.
This will allow players to work toward shorter-term goals that are achievable in a few play sessions rather than over many weeks. It also gives us more opportunities to grant rewards. The Guardian, Brave, Heroic, Fabled, and Mythic ranks will have 3 tiers. The Legend rank will remain as one solid chunk. Each rank will require more Infamy points to complete than the last. Win streaks award bonus points. Your win streak caps at 5 and doesn't get reset until you lose a match. And your win streak won't be reset if you join a match in progress.
Excellent. That last point.
Cool.
Yeah, that last point there is super important. It sucks to go on a win streak in Crucible and get put into a game that is maybe a little unwinnable, and then losing your streak from that. Glad to see that's not going to be a thing with Gambit system.
That just reminded me of something pretty important. That you talked about the progression system, how it's going to be taken in like smaller chunks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of a really, really positive thing, in my opinion, to look back at the faction rallies and go, okay, rank 50 was like Graviton Lance Masterwork.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? But along the way, while I was leveling Dead Orbit from 0 to 50, I didn't feel that there was like stepping stones along the way where I was like, okay, rank 5's got something cool. And this could just be me, because like certain weapons appeal to me. I'm always looking for like high tier, really sweaty loadouts. So if they curate something that is along the way that doesn't really appeal to me, then that's meh. But for other people, I guess it could be cool. I think it's important to have those little chunks along the way so that you feel like, okay, I made a step. Oh, all of a sudden I'm at 50 and I got the big thing that I was chasing. Instead of just feeling like there's this huge road in front of you and you're like, yikes, I gotta get to rank 5 in Gambit. Like, that's brutal. So that's cool. I like that. It's good stuff.
It's a good change.
Absolutely. I think those milestones there along the road to your goal are very important. You have to see some tangible progress when you're grinding this content out, and I can identify with you there perfectly when it comes to the faction rally stuff. There's no tangible goals for me between 1 and 50. It's just I'm at 1 and then I clock out at 50 and it's like, oh, this has been a week of absolute nonsense, and it doesn't really feel like there was much in between me starting things out and then me getting the catalyst. So I like that they're doing that with this as well.
Do you think the moments of triumph are kind of like that, like testing out that grid for us?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Entire grind with the Solstice of Heroes armor is like that too. You're seeing tangible growth with this thing that you're putting a lot of time and effort into, and I think that's a good that's a good model moving forward.
I got one set on my Warlock immediately within like 2 days, masterworked.
Yeah,
and then my Steam just kind of
done.
I was like, you know what? I got 2 other characters. Nah, I'm good.
Feel like it. Yep.
Basically,
so my Warlock will have substantially higher drops at a base level than the other 2.
As it should be.
Exactly.
Correctamundo.
I might as well not even have the other 2. Exists. They should just take Hunters and Titans out of the game. I said it.
Well, Nojja, it was great to have you on the show.
Mail to Nojja_BenBlast on Twitter.com.
It's great to have you on the show. I'm sorry you couldn't stick around.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hey, can we talk about what's going on in Crucible Labs? Which
Nem brought that up earlier in chat.
Oh,
this is the highlight. The highlight.
Oh boy.
So, we're going to be testing a mode called Scorched. And as described in the TWAB, they say this mode is very deep and complex, and it has a very serious rule set. Do you guys want to know what that is?
That's hardcore players only.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You spawn with a Scorch Cannon. Everyone else spawns with a Scorch Cannon, and you shoot each other with said Scorch Cannons.
It's Mad Max,
and that is Scorched. I'm so excited. Yeah, it was funny. I was saying I wish there were more world opportunities to get Scorch Cannons the other day, like just an offhanded comment.
Well, and here you go.
There you go.
They heard you loud and clear.
This was made for me.
When does this start? Is it the 21st or the 28th?
21st, I want to say.
Yeah.
So this is wow.
So there's 2 launch points. There's 2 launch points for it.
Oh.
The 21st is free for all, and the 24th is 6v6.
Oh right.
You're right.
Yeah.
I remember
all right,
that.
So 2 days yonder. Enjoy some free for all.
Nuke your buddies.
3 days yonder after that. Woo! That's gonna be fun.
6 Scorch Cannons. That's going to be something a little crazy. I like it though. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to see when they first announced Crucible Labs. I wanted to see them push the envelope and get some really zany modes and whatnot in there.
Weird.
This is about as zany as it gets, too.
Yeah. This is what I wanted. This is exactly what I needed in my life. And thank you.
You guys feel like maybe the weekly rotating playlist kind of needs to tap into that ridiculous playlist fantasy? Because Rumble's permanent, right? And you could do what is it? Everybody gets supers every 3 milliseconds. Mayhem. Thank you. Sorry.
Mayhem.
So Mayhem 1 week, Scorched next week, or whatever it's called, and then just keep kind of doing that for like that weekly playlist to give people that like break of monotony. Think about like that would be super cool. You got Gambit that you can play all the time. You got regular QP if you're just trying to like chill with some homies. You got comp if you're feeling real sweaty. You got Trials in season 5, by the way. That's kind of a big one.
Going away.
And then imagine having those weekly rotating playlists, just like the ridiculous
Oh
just
my
laugh
God.
the entire time.
Mhm.
That I think that'd be a super cool way to execute on that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I want dodgeball.
Yeah,
The Spire Stars mechanic.
we've got
Oh my God.
originality. It's in the game.
That's
There you
grip
go.
ball. That's too close to grip ball. We can't do it.
I don't give a shit. It's in the lore.
close.
Shax taught kids how to
We
play
got
dodgeball.
we got supremacy. How that was like kill confirmed. How is that too close to anything? It's
too
fine.
close. It's because it's Bungie to. I don't know.
It's Bungie to Bungie.
It's Bungie to Bungie.
Yes.
Like
Hey guys, this new dodgeball mode, it's totally not griffball.
it's called
Absolutely not.
Biff.
We could have like a
Brawl.
basketball type thing. You know how
Brawl.
like
It's-
Rift was like
It's
football.
called Biff Brawl.
It's called
It's
Shax's
totally unique. What do you
Oh,
mean?
what if you threw them at children? I'll stop there.
Like in
What if
that
you better?
lore
we could play as
better.
Shax
Grimoire card.
and throw them at
Yeah.
children? Play as Shax. He's now a playable character in Biff Brawl, and you throw the ball at the kids. And
Let
whether
me
they
play
catch it or not
against
is irrelevant.
Shax. How about that?
Works.
Hey, also, can they bring combined arms back, but let us have tanks?
Yeah,
Yes.
We need big maps for that though.
All
Please.
we
Drake.
do.
Maybe
Well,
they'll
give
do
us a big
more of
map
that.
or two, and then just give us tanks. Come on, Bungie. That's all.
How
I
many?
want.
We had 3 like huge maps in D1, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
First
Yeah.
Light,
Sky Shock, First Light.
Bastion, Sky Shock.
That was it, wasn't it?
That might have been it.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. That's all cool stuff. Because I mean, sometimes you're not in the mood to just shoot people. You want to run them over.
Right.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
my constant move in detail.
Yeah. I would love it if those big team battle modes came back with some limited vehicle warfare. Maybe spawn a single Drake chain somewhere on the map. Everybody goes crazy trying to get it. Maybe 2, since if one person gets it, that's
100 players drop into the Crucible.
There we go. Battle Royale. Just get it going.
Well, it was a great podcast. Thanks for coming out tonight, guys.
Appreciate you tuning in. So
I'd play it.
we're out of here.
Ugh. I
Spend
would.
money on microtransactions. I would.
Would you?
I would. I'll buy that skin. I'll be Space John Wick. I'll take that.
Space John Wick.
Oh no! Where did
Space
I
Wick.
start?
This is your fault.
Yeah, vehicles.
What
I
did
don't
you
know
do
why-
to my puppy?
Oh, it couldn't self-res. Neither will you.
For the
Wow.
puppy.
That's right. It's already in the branding for the
Already
puppies.
there, yep.
It's already there.
That's how
There you go,
Cade's gonna
Bungie.
be remembered.
You can have that one for free. Yeah, I don't know why vehicle combat wasn't a thing in D2. Like I enjoyed the stuff on like First Light and whatnot in D1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a cool break. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice break from normal gameplay. But anyways,
Yeah.
Scorch, have fun with that. Coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Be cool, yeah.
All right, was there anything else we had to cover this week?
Think that's about it when it comes to the TWAB.
I swear, I
so.
remember reading something about trophies or collections for stuff you did in D1 coming in Forsaken.
Oh, yeah. I
What?
saw.
What
I
was
think
this?
I saw like a Houndish video. It was, I think it was either Houndish or more console. They were talking about there's some sort of thing where if you achieved certain things, like if you got the Yellerhorn, Thorn, and I think the last word, that's like an achievement or something like that.
Check.
I could be completely wrong, but I know, yeah.
If you're wrong, then like we're misremembering the exact same thing, because I swear I
Right.
remember reading something
Yeah.
about that this week. I was just pouring through news on Friday, like, what did I miss? Wait, something with D1? I remember.
Destiny 1 achievements and Destiny 2.
It was definitely something like that. I'm not too sure though. I just remember
No.
a quick blip, seeing something about it on the subreddit. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We can talk time.
Mass
But
hysteria.
that was no, there's no way. I had a couple beers this week, but I don't think we had them at the same time.
Just
So
a few.
yeah, just a few, a handful, a smattering.
A psychic drunk. connection between you and I, just misremembering the exact same details, right?
If anybody on this team would have psychic drunk connections, it would be you two.
I mean, we mentioned the trials.
Yeah,
I have some thoughts on that.
Go for it, man.
Lay them out, man.
You are the
Go
only
for it.
person here that like is
Ooh.
super Crucible oriented, so please.
So, I think it's a incredibly positive move to take trials away for the duration of whatever amount of time it needs to sit and just kind of get iterated on. I think Bungie has done a fantastic job of making quick play and competitive incredibly different, and they are very defined and unique to their own playlists, and you feel and play them very differently. Like, you go into QP, relax, you can solo queue all day long, no problem. You go into competitive, super sweaty, objective game mode, and a survival game mode. But I think I'm frustrated by the fact that Trials, at its current format, is almost identical, if not completely identical, besides a ranking system, to competitive. I think the game modes are the same way, so they play the same way, and it feels like it's the same thing that you're doing to a degree. And I think what needs to kind of happen with Trials, whatever they do with it in the future, they need to make it unique and different from. It just needs to mechanically play different than comp and QP, so that when it comes around every weekend, you can go, all right, this is a very different thing. I have to play this differently. Maybe it's a different game mode, 3v3, who knows? But just switch up the formula.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gotten too stale. It's got too sweaty right now, and I don't know. It's frustrating because it's just not defined enough. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with it, even if it goes back to how it was in Destiny 1.
Right.
And it just rotates through maps, and you do 3v3 elimination. That way, you don't feel like you're playing comp.
I think a lot of people will be happy with that, to be perfectly honest.
Then you're playing Trials specifically, and you're not playing comp anymore. So who knows? Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best.
For those who hadn't heard, Trials is going back into the oven and won't be available at the start of Season 4. And we'll see what happens with it. We'll see if they go through and revamp it a bit.
We talked a bit about it last week with Molly May and Zan. I think it gives them a good opportunity to really showcase what Gambit can be as like maybe that fill spot.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Really, really show it and be like, you may have seen some footage of it, but now you get to play it for an entire season without maybe thinking about Trials.
Right.
And yeah, it like if it gives them the time to reinvigorate Trials into something that like is it's not that Trials isn't watchable, and it's not that it just needs that entertainment factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Gambit has that right now, or at least from what I've seen of it.
Absolutely, yeah. Really interesting game mode to watch.
So I don't know. I like it. It's the mode that I would say helped save Destiny in the droughts. And if they need to take it away for a little bit to put it back to that stature, then go for it.
That'd be something interesting though if Gambit like kind of becomes the new in-game streaming PvP mode, because it's definitely a ton of fun to watch. Like even watching the tournaments there at Guardian Con were really, really hype. It's a fun game mode to watch and play. Absolutely.
People were shouting, man. That was crazy. But like
stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a mode that I can get into, and I'm not somebody that's the biggest PvP fan. I like burning bosses. I like finding ways to burn bosses faster. That's cool. But like I'm not somebody that will have the best skill against someone of Nojja's like notoriety.
Nojja's scary.
You'll be fine.
He's scary. He's totally scary.
No.
I played with Nojja.
God.
I'm about to get exposed.
You're about to get we've
there's
already
gonna be-
exposed you,
There's
buddy.
going to be a higher skill gap, or a larger skill gap. It's going to be a precision meta.
Yep.
I'm going to get exposed. I'm going to lose all my.
If anything, you're going to be exposing other people.
Well, legend has it I wasn't that great at D1.
Oh my god.
I've been told this by people in a Twitch chat, and it's got to be true. If that's,
It has to be
absolutely.
true.
it's got to be true.
The
Yeah.
highest form of authority is, of course, Twitch chat. Unquestionably. Unquestionably.
Well, I questioned it a couple times.
Maybe a little questionable, right? Well, if we've got nothing else to discuss with this week's swab, you guys want to move on to questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right on. It is that wonderful time of the show where we take some questions directly from the chat before closing out this week's episodes. Got something good to ask? Ask it now. Right now. Just right now. I had a question for Nojja.
What's up?
You've got yourself your Regiex's Claymore. We know that with mods and whatnot. The Broadsword's going to be seeing some interesting combinations when Forsaken drops. Do you have anything in mind you'd specifically like to see on the Broadsword, since you're going to be getting it a little bit earlier than everybody else?
So I think flared magwell is kind of a big perk for me for the magazine side of things. And then for a mod, I know on every single pulse rifle, I am just going to throw on a counterbalance mod because that's coming back.
Yep.
And then what that means for me specifically, which is huge, is that I don't need to put it on an armor slot anymore. That's pretty big because I hate that. So I don't barrel options though. I'm not sure. Maybe there's one barrel right now that effectively counterbalance. So if that stays mechanically the same, pairing that with a counterbalance mod might just make it a straight laser beam, like straight up and down.
Yeah.
So
Some great combinations there.
So probably flared magwell, whatever that barrel, chambered compensator, I think is what it's called.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
And then do a stability masterwork, a +10, and you got yourself a laser. Just saying.
Freaking A.
Hot
Hey, I
take.
have a question
Pro
for
tip.
Nojja as well.
What's up?
Can you ask Chelsea if she's excited about the meta, since she's standing right there?
Are you excited about the meta forthcoming
What?
for Forsaken?
The meta.
The new sandbox update.
What's the new sandbox?
Higher skill gap, 3-tap hand cannons. Snipers, whenever you want them.
I'm not a PvP.
but we know
There you
that
have
she's
it.
excited about the Dreaming City.
You like the Dreaming City, though, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that looks really cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I just want to know if he's going to be on my Gambit team. That's all I want to know.
I'm going to play Gambit with everybody.
That's not.
Are you
saying
gonna
that
stop
you're gonna
dodging
be
me
on
and
my
like
team.
play with?
I dodge nobody but myself. Think about
That
it.
makes no sense.
Think about it.
Oh my
Shade
god.
stepping eternally.
Very slippery.
We need to
He's
do
very slippery. This guy.
we need to do PD, get the whole team together,
We
and
do.
Gambit streams.
Yes.
We really do.
It's absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Patented
Mm-hmm.
right now. Somebody just that's a
Um.
go for it.
06 in chat asks, you think it's good to start a channel covering Destiny 2 after year 1 when Forsaken drops?
Is that like a question of they want to
That-
do it?
That's a question that they're putting to us. I'm guessing that yes, he would like to do it.
Yeah, if it's something you want to do, I would recommend it. Like, I always encourage
Mhm.
people to start stuff up if they want to, because like if you have the passion for it and you can like figure out a unique and interesting and entertaining way to approach it, then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
go for it. Absolutely.
Gonna be plenty of interest in Destiny.
Mhm.
This update drops, especially with a lot of the older players who maybe stop playing, coming
Mhm.
back
Right.
to check
Yeah.
out Forsaken and see what's going on. So, be a good time
Absolutely.
to start
Yeah.
things up.
I'd say
Yeah, man.
like you don't even need to wait necessarily for Forsaken. If
Yeah,
you want to,
yep.
that's fine.
Go
But
for
like the biggest
Before-
thing is that if you're gonna do content of any sort, just have fun with it first.
Yeah.
Make
Mhm.
sure that you, as the player, are having fun. If you're
Yeah, do
having a
it-
good time, then covering content on it is gonna come a little
Exactly.
easier for you.
Easy.
Yeah, do it for you first,
Yeah.
right? Like do it because
Mhm.
it's something you want to do. Don't do it
And-
because like
If you're not having fun with it right now, then don't force.
Mhm.
I would say wait. Forsaken comes out, play it a little bit, see how much fun you're having with it, and from there. If you like what you got, then start dropping content on people's heads.
Yep.
Also, if you like what you do it often.
Yes.
And consistently. Because if you do it every Friday at 6 p.m., that's at least consistency. But if you do it Friday at 6 p.m. and then 2 weeks from that Friday, but on Saturday at 6 a.m., then no. You need to, you need to rethink that, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. The question from Black Vox: can I have Field Scout back? No.
No.
It's actually even worse. It's worse than that because everybody else can have Field Scout back. Specifically, you can't.
TBL took it away from you.
Your account can't have it. Everyone else can have those 27 round Vision of Confluences. You have to stick with 19. That's all you get.
Sorry about it.
That's it. That's the end. That's the end of your Field Scout.
We have another question. Trini Arshiznai asks, "What mods are you guys setting in year 1 weapons? Like Sins of the Past, Void, Arc, or Solar?"
Right.
None. None at all. I'm so lazy about it. Doing nothing.
Yeah.
None of that work.
Yeah.
See,
Trying to figure out stuff to do. Which, by the way, Trini, good to see you, girl. It's great to see you here in the chat. Wonderful. But I want to optimize and like get a bunch of great weapons and have different elements of each, but I'm not going to. I'm lazy.
Oh my god.
It's gonna fall where it falls.
I barely have enough time to play Destiny 2 as it is right now. Like thinking about going in and doing super organizational, tedious stuff like that hurts my brain.
see, I'm going in and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have you.
Well, too, it's like I don't know what the meta's gonna be like.
Right.
Exactly. So like
But-
I don't know which weapons I should do that to. Like right now, I really like my Kibo. Yes, I still use auto rifles. I guess that's weird. I don't
No,
know.
the Kibo's
Yeah.
great. I love that thing.
But I fucking love the Kibo, and I would like a Kibo in each element. But like, do I have time for that? No. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean,
Ain't
except
nobody got
Dan.
time for that.
Like,
Mine is specifically just going for the mods. I think
Yeah.
grinding out your Glimmer and getting your mods is probably the best thing that you can do right now. And like other that and breaking down whatever masterwork items you have that you don't need, because those cores are going to be important. Yeah, like you're going to be you're going to be able to get cores in different ways. It sounds like,
mhm.
but like the faster you start stockpiling, the faster you can start getting into it when Forsaken drops.
Absolutely. Yeah, Masterwork core grinding right now is pretty important.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at holding on to them.
Oh, same here. I just like, oh,
Horrible.
Yeah.
here's a piece of armor I haven't turned into a Masterwork. Zoop, all gone.
Yep.
Gone. Oh, it's not the thing I wanted it to be. Times 10.
Yeah.
Gone. All
Also, Kimmy Cakes has a great video out right now about what weapons are actually good and what you should just throw away. Like that there's like a better version out there of, or whatever. Just watch that, go through your vault, see if you have one of those, toss it out.
Shout
You
out to
don't
Cammy.
need it. You don't need it. Yeah, shout out to Cammy. Dimbry in chat asks, "Hey guys, I haven't played Destiny 2 since a little bit after it came out, and then I kind of just stopped, but I'm thinking about getting back into it. If you guys could give me a quick pitch as to why I should try to get back into it, I'd love to hear it."
Sure. Did you like the Taken King after its update? Because where it's going in Forsaken, and that's just what we hear from the content creators who like went to the summit and stuff. So like,
And if you read that Reddit spoiler,
yeah, but it's gonna have a lot more varied stuff to do and stuff that's like actually rewarding.
like it sounds like the grind is going to come back. It like what D2 lost in translation at the start of its launch cycle, it sounds like we're getting that in Forsaken, and with a lot of the changes that they're making. Personally, I would say wait until August 28th. August 28th, they're updating the game with a bunch of quality of life changes. And if you enjoy those changes, then move forward with it as long as you like feel comfortable, feel like you're having fun. If your friends are having fun with it, enjoy yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money.
Yeah, watch some streams, watch people play the game, and like see if that's something that appeals to you.
Yeah.
But if your if your feedback since D2 came out, you said you haven't played D2 since a little bit after it came out. If your initial feedback after playing it was, man, why did they get rid of all this stuff from D1 that was perfectly functional? Pay attention to Forsaken.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said exactly.
It's a lot of D1 just pushed back into it.
Yeah.
Might address a lot of your concerns. Yeah, come back after the 28th. The update's free to everybody who owns the game. It's going to be radically changing the way a lot of the systems within Destiny 2 work. So maybe come back, play a little bit, give it a week or so, and watch some streams, and then make your decision from there whether or not you want to put down the money for Forsaken.
Yeah. The notably the two big changes that I think are positives that are coming to on August 28th. You're going to get those weapon slot changes. Those are coming to everybody that day. And two, the economy change is coming. Like, they're taking out a bunch of different tokens from certain vendors. You'll be able to test it out and see what you like. Plus, if you played at the beginning and got the like expansion pass, you'll be able to play the past like expansions as well,
and get caught up.
And kind of see where you stand with it. They've improved it little by little over time. We're not going to talk about Curse of Osiris, but
I liked Curse of Osiris. I'm like,
it was okay,
just because I like Osiris.
Yeah, but like you're able to like jump into that stuff, see the improvements that they've made, and then on the 28th, see more of the improvements that are going to come to Forsaken.
Right, absolutely. Well, all right, what do you say we do one more?
Do we have one more?
We do, from our good buddy Remove Trap Card. What perks would you guys like to come back from D1 to D2? I'll ignore the last part of that question because it's going to cause visible problems from some people here.
Perks?
There's a lot of really fun perks in D1.
Third Eye?
Yeah, I feel like I could pick some of the bigger ones like Third Eye, Counterbalance, stuff like that. But
Exhumed said no one ever.
Triple double. There you go. That's one. We can go for some of the weird ones. Shoot to loot. That was always a fun one.
Was fun.
That was a fun one.
Shot package.
Yikes!
Big yikes!
You mean sniper shotgun package? That one? Is that
big yikes!
Sir,
Phoenix
I see you're
uppercut?
50 meters away from me. Let me just shotgun you down.
Maybe if shotguns were remaining as heavy weapons, shot package I could see coming back. That would.
Acrius is like the weapon version of shot package plus a
This is
nuclear
true.
bomb.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would like to see any perk that helps you take down a certain enemy type be reinstated.
Oh yeah, like the hive
missed
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are
missed that.
kind of coming back, but more. I think what is it?
It's more tied to your
clan.
clan.
No.
Right?
The perks. There's actually gonna be mods that you can slot in.
Yeah,
Minor enemy damage.
Yeah, and
major enemy damage, and then boss enemy damage. So in a way, you're kind of getting that back if you want that.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing moving forward.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about those mods.
The
It's
only,
cool.
the only two perks that I wanted to see come back are come back. So
Counterbalance
rangefinder.
and rangefinder.
Okay, so yeah, 3 I guess actually. Counterbalance, rangefinder. I absolutely adored those. So
Yeah, they're bringing back.
I can find more.
Yeah, they're bringing back already a lot of some of the tier 1 perks from D1 as mods like Counterbalance, Rangefinder. Icarus is coming back as a mod now.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is cool.
It is. Yes,
Ooh,
it
that'll
is.
be cool. That'll be cool with the new hand cannon changes upcoming too. I
Absolutely.
think.
Stuff.
I
Double
think,
down.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
Black
the
Box,
whole,
that was a good one.
This iteration of random rolls, by the way, this is like super cool to me. D1, I'll try to make this quick, but D1, you're at the mercy of RNG 100%,
Yep.
whether you get a good gun or not.
Multiple
This
levels
system-
of it.
Yeah, multiple levels, which was brutal. And then most of the tier 1 perks are tied again to the like randomized slot. You have no idea. So this new system looks like it's going further into that, like get a gun, customize it how you want it to be.
Yep.
And that's like super, super cool. Because like
So much
perks
better.
like Icarus, Counterbalance, the radar coming back quicker after you come out of ADS. Like all these things are going to be tied to a customization option,
Yeah.
not an RNG thing, which is super
Uh-huh.
awesome. I love that. That's
Yeah.
super cool. So
It's
kudos.
so much better.
Yeah, because the
Massive
mod
kudos to
system
that.
was okay, but it's like half baked compared to
You
something like
could
this.
it could have used a little more time. A little more time.
A little bit more.
I wouldn't even say half baked. That was like somebody put some dough in the oven, 2 seconds later pulled it out. Eat this. That was, no, that's
And we
not
did.
quite
I
true.
ate it.
We ate it for
I
a
ate it.
year. For a
I ate it
year.
a lot. I ate a lot of
I pooped a lot.
Consult your physician.
it. Just
Yeah.
just leave it at that. Leave it at that. There's no additional context, Dan. Just that's it. He pooped a lot.
He pooped a lot. And I think that's a perfect place to bring tonight's episode to an end. As a matter of fact, there's the subtitle. PD Podcast, episode 166. He pooped a lot.
Dan Sir poops a lot.
He pooped a
Dan
lot.
pooped a lot. Stay
Yes!
tuned to
There we
find
go.
out why.
Oh, you had now see, you clicked on it because you saw the name. You gotta watch the entire episode. to
You're
get the
implying I
context.
am going to put that on the YouTube. No.
I can edit
What?
things too. It's gonna don't worry, YouTube. I got you. It's happening.
What?
It's happening
it's not.
today.
It's not.
Okay, all right.
Get that SEO, that poop SEO. We got it.
Can't wait to see the
Wait.
comments.
Should be great. Oh, top tier. It'll be top tier YouTube comments on this episode. Can't wait.
We always have top tier comments on the PD YouTube channel. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you can't see me, but I'm like looking directly into the camera.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 166 of the Planet Destiny podcast. Congratulations, you made it through another one of these. I don't know why you keep listening. But thank you.
Wow.
Yikes.
We have good opinions.
Oof.
That's an
I'm hurt.
opinion. That
I'm
is-
hurt, TBL.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. You carried the show. Our
Really
guest
did,
here,
actually.
Nojja carried the show. Just put it on his back, just straight into the backpack, and just hiked us right up Mount Everest.
It is an
Nojja's
exotic,
podcast Sherpa.
it's an exotic backpack. It truly is.
So you can only wear one. Only
You
wear
can
one
only
at a
have
time.
one.
There you
But
go.
it's huge. It's huge and sturdy.
Fits everybody.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Dan, don't you
I didn't
All
say
right.
anything.
Hey, check it out. Outros. Let's go.
Nojja, thanks so much for joining in tonight, man.
TBL, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Oh, you cut off. You cut off.
I'm a little
Yeah.
spooked. It's Discord. It's acting weird. I was just
Try it
saying,
again.
thanks so much for joining us tonight, man. It was great to have you here.
Absolutely, man. I
Right on.
appreciate being on here. This is cool.
Yeah, you know you're always welcome. You're part of the team, and we
Mhm.
love to have you along.
Definitely.
Right on.
Where can we find you, Nojja?
I am on Twitch and Twitter at NOJJA_ Ben Blast. I'm not spelling that last part. So just
You can figure it out.
it's hard for me to count and spell these days. At Nojja Ben Blast. There's an underscore that separates the Nojja and the Ben Blast. Anywhere.
Gotcha.
I'm not really active on YouTube, so don't look me up there unless you want to, but you could try. It's up
Now
to you.
that's the only place people are going to go. They're going to specifically try to
Oh my
defy
God.
you and go
Was
straight
that
to YouTube.
like- Did I just reverse Oh man.
did.
You did.
I did. I
You
said-
said-
really
psyched
did.
everybody.
Good job. Dan,
I'm
where
gonna
can we
start a
find
YouTube
you?
Channel now. You can find me twitch.tv/DanFinity. You can find me there almost every day. You can find me here on Thursdays. Twitch.tv/planet_destiny. And you can find my podcast out every Sunday. This week we have Swain Stash from Crucible Radio. It is quite a trip, my dudes.
Sick.
Great show.
You can find
Moon.
me. Yeah, you can find me twitter.com/moonvald, twitch.tv/moonvald. You can also find me on the Planet Destiny YouTube channel, editing everything about everything. Because I mess
Nope.
all the time, deleting
Nope.
comments. You know, it's great. TBL,
What?
where can we find you?
Oh,
What are you up to?
hi, my name's the Black Link, everybody. The facial hairless Black Link. Don't worry, it should be back by next week. I know it's been a rough hour or so of watching this face, but don't worry, it'll be good next week. You can find me pretty much everywhere across the internet: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all at the Black Link. I do stuff and things on my channel and on Planet Destiny. So make sure you go too. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 166 of the Planet Destiny podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will catch you next week.